Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh, and sizzling news all day long. If this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Please go ahead and subscribe. Like this video, it's very important that we were encouraged to put out more reliable and authentic news. Lastly, please leave your opinions in the comments section below. Former Senate President, Senator Adolphus Wabara, has slammed President Bola Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima over their simultaneous foreign trips, describing it as a height of executive rascality. Recall that while President Tinubu traveled to France for a 2-week working visit, Shettima departed for Dakar, Senegal, to represent the president during the country's 65th Independence Day anniversary celebration on April 1st, 2025. Expressing disappointment over the situation, Wabara in a statement faulted Tinubu and Shettima for leaving Nigeria headless. According to him, if Nigeria must be represented at the event in Senegal, the relevant government official, in this case the Foreign Affairs Minister, should have been delegated instead of Shettima. Senator Wabara, the chairman, Board of Trustees, BOT of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, recalled that it was not the first time Tinubu and Shettima would be traveling out of a country. At the same time, stressing it amounts to a flagrant display of disdain for the people they sworn an oath to defend. He argued that abandoning the country when many national issues required Tinubu and Shettima's attention is, to say the least, an insult both to Nigeria and the offices they occupy. He advised President Tinubu to follow due process and the standard practice in governance and stop making the nation's democracy a laughingstock before the global community. Wabara said, "It's baffling to hear that the president and his vice both abandoned governance and traveled out of a country simultaneously, thus leaving the country headless. It is a serious dereliction of duty and display of utter disregard for the people of Nigeria. While Mr. President has the right to travel outside the country when necessary, he should duly hand over power to his vice in an acting capacity. It is absolutely not proper for the vice president, who should be the acting president, to also travel out of a country while Mr. President is still away. The office of a president and vice president of a country is so serious that the occupant should place national interests above personal gains. How can the country be burning and the number 1 and number 2 citizens of a country be away? This can only happen in Nigeria. How else can a leader show disdain for the people he swore an oath to lead and defend, leaving the country headless at a time so many boiling issues demand presidential intervention is a misplacement of priority. With the rising tension in Edo State and threats of reprisal in parts of the north, the bloodbath in Plateau, Zamfara, Sokoto, and Benue, the political apprehension in Rivers and Bayelsa states, plus the festering insecurity in many states, traveling out of Nigeria is the least to expect from any serious-minded patriotic president and his vice. Tinubu and his vice have again clearly demonstrated that either they are overwhelmed or simply not prepared for governance. They have shown that they have little or no regard for Nigeria and Nigerians. Exactly what he has said. I feel like there is no regard whatsoever. At a very crucial time that Nigeria is facing a lot of challenges, both the president and the vice president are not in the country. The president went on holiday, to spend time in Paris, to enjoy himself, they chop the life of his head. While the president, left the country to attend an anniversary of another country in Dakar, Senegal. Can you imagine? The anniversary of that country is more important than the pressing issues that we have in this country. You can imagine the height of misplacement of priority, because this is the height of it. This is just the height of it. Not only are we facing the River State state of emergency declaration that is now being protested by youth in both River State and Abuja. There is a Plateau killing that happened just a few days ago. There is also the Uromi killing that, the northern residents are now threatening, to revenge. There's also the insecurity issues that we've been facing for years in Zamfara, Sokoto, Benue, and some other northern states. And this is a time that the president is choosing to go on leave, and at the same time, the vice is choosing to go and celebrate anniversary with another country. Obviously, it means that the anniversary is more important than, securing the lives of its citizens and showing that, I'm with you no matter what you're going through. Because if a vice is here, at least if there is any emergency action that needed to be taken, it would be on ground, to make those very important decisions. But now that both of them are not in the country, so who is making those decisions? Obviously, maybe Akpabio, because he's third in line. The same Akpabio that Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan is accusing of sexual harassment. The same person that we are not even sure if he has a good head on his shoulder. It's the same one that is now saddled with the responsibility of making very important decision that puts millions of lives at risk, millions of Nigerians at risk. The same man that we are not even sure about his integrity. It's not like both the president and the vice president have any integrity to start with, but you know what I mean. Let's have your thoughts and opinions in the comments section. What do you all think? But before we go, guys, let's take a look at some of the reactions that we got online. The first comment is from Babatunde, who says, "My former Senate President, Wabara, you make me laugh. Why two of them will not travel and leave the country at the same time when Tinubu and his vice have put Nigeria into life debt? You know by yourself how much debt Obasanjo, Jonathan, and Buhari left for Nigeria. How much is it today? Almost 144 trillion naira. And you said, why two of them left Nigeria? If anyone else says fellow Nigeria today is fellow debt, BC. Their time are numbered. If it were the military, during the military era, they would not dare do it. They would not dare leave the country at the same time. Even if the president is going to leave the country, he would not stay for long. He would go and come back the next day, because we know how, coup usually happen. When the president is out of the country, they see that as an opportunity to take over government. Benga Fako Kunde says, you can talk about president and his vice leaving the country, but can't voice out against miscreants who has paralyzed business and economic activities with compulsory stay-at-home and the 5 Southeast states for years, now coupled with killing, maiming, and other social vices. They don't see anything wrong with themselves, but quick to cast aspersions on others. The reason they can't be trusted with leadership. Unda Amoto says that means they should be careful of soldiers taking over the country, as 2 of them are not on chair. Exactly what I just said. Chidinma says, not so day. Nigeria has been headless for quite some time now. Those are the reasons for retrogression, impunity, lawlessness, entitlement, and all the ugly vices going on. May God continue to have mercy on us. Let's have your thoughts and opinions in the comments section. I respond to all of my comments. Please drop your opinions in the comments section below. Thank you very much for always listening and watching, guys. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.